Hello, welcome back to my bench. Today I've got this big guy on the on the bench. This is a Otari MX5050, and I have 14 of these things that were in service at one time. When we rebuilt the studios, moved from the hotel to where we are now in 1984, we bought a bunch of these along with a bunch of all new equipment. These were pretty much as good as it got for radio stations back in the day, back in the 80s, and they were a nice tape recorder, and they still are. They work really well when they work. Anybody that's ever worked with these knows that the big deal is these switches go bad. That's just the way it is. They just go bad, and all you can do is get in the back, open it up, spray the switches full, and work them and work them and work them and work them, and eventually they'll continue to work. Along with all of these little guys down here, these could probably be replaced, except for the leads that come off the bottom of these things are very long. They're about that long, and they're not. It would be hard to find them, so you just have to clean them. And the only way I've ever found to clean them correct or well is to burn a little hole in the back, spray them full, massage them for 100,000 times, and get them back to working again, and they'll work pretty well. Then you cover up the hole with a piece of tape. Anyway, so these guys had everything you could want in a tape recorder for the old days. They even had a block up here. You can see right there. There's a block for tape editing. Had a cross, an angle cut for a razor, and a straight cut just to cut off the tape at the end. Little guide to put it in. Little marks for for how far back you needed to go. They were really quite a nice studio tape recorder. But after being in service for a very long time, and or just sitting there doing nothing for a very long time, and never having the buttons changed, the switches went bad. Your biggest ones are going to be your speed switch. That's just, there's a little tiny hole in the back where they bent the sides of the switch over that you can get to and spray full of deoxit. And the small and large real size switch, that would go. This would go. These guys didn't generally go bad. These actual switches for play and rewind and record. But that's how you cleaned them, and just the normal stuff. Now, let's see if I can get. Then yes, they're heavy. Whoa. Yeah, okay, this one's missing a leg. Now, what I wanted to show you here, if I can get this, let's turn this multimeter off for now. Let's see if I can get this guy down in here and point it in here. There we go. Here it is. These things came with 4 heads. Most people don't even think about it, but about the 4th one, but they did. They are normally a 2-track machine, like for studios or radio. They were not made for consumer grade stereo stuff. But we'll get into that in a minute. Over here, you've got your erase head. Here is a head that we'll talk about in a minute. This one is record, and this one is playback. So you had 4 heads on these that did their jobs, and what I wanted to do this video on was just to tell you not to get caught in what I got caught in. When I fixed this thing so that everything worked, and then when I went to test it out, you are supposed to be able to push these buttons over here, put the thing in record, like you would think, and then set your levels with your record levels over here, your inputs depending on what kind of inputs you're using, and then when you got done with that, you could push the monitor switches in and listen to and watch the output of your actual tape output here by adjusting these two channels over here, whichever one you're using, or both of them. Well, I went through probably 2 hours. Come on, focus, you can do it. Yeah, there we go. Went through at least 2 hours of messing with this thing because I could not get it to play back to monitor the tape instead of the input. I went nuts with this thing for a long time. And finally, after hours and hours of messing around and asking a friend that was another engineer, he kind of giggled and he said, well, those have a switch to switch in this head over here that I mentioned. Well, what this head over here is, this is a 4-track head so that you can play back consumer stereo tapes and listen to them or do what you need to do with them, or even record them using this selective reproduction onto a 2-track, regular 2-track that we use in radio. There's a switch on here that switches that head in and out. Well, this head is before the record head. The head you want to listen to when you're playing back or monitoring the tape instead of the source is over here after the record head. This head was switched in, and I feel like an idiot. I want to show you guys where this is so that you don't have this problem if you ever work on any of these. You've spent hours cleaning switches, you've got the brakes adjusted right, you've followed the book, you've set up everything down here, and you can't monitor your output. Well, I'm going to show you now how to solve that problem. It is right there. It even says 2-track, 4-track. If it's in that position, you will not get any tape monitor. If it's in that position, you will. Oh, well, live and learn, I guess. I just wanted to make this really quick video and show you guys that little hidden switch in case you didn't know about it. And I defy anybody to look on the manual and find that switch where it makes sense. I really do. So it threw me for a loop, and I've had these things since the mid-'80s, and I've maintained them and kept them going, and how that switch got switched, I have no idea. I'm not even going to ask. So there you go. Quick one. Just want you all to know. So, hey, thanks for watching. Give it a thumbs up if you like it this way, and don't forget to subscribe, and let's get some comments going. So I like comments. They're fun. Anyway, till next time.